Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Hey, we got a movie react today. We got Dracula Untold. It said it's a wild vampire movie. Have you ever watched Dracula Untold? I love a good black love video. I mean, Dracula movie. When did it come out? 2014? The blood. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
Yeah.
So the movie starts in Transylvania, 1462. Vlad and his men find a Turkish scout helmet that looks like a werewolf clawed it. But that wasn't the case. Vlad realizes the helmet came down the river straight from the mountains. So he sends his right-hand man back to the castle to double the guards. He'll go check it out himself, because if the Turks step on his land unannounced, it's an act of war. They have to get busy straight away. It's on site. So Vlad heads up the mountain with two of his men. As soon as they make it to the front of the cave, a bunch of bats fly out.
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
Now they know something is inside, because bats don't fly out during the day. They draw their swords and enter the cave, and the floor was filled with crushed bones. Yeah, that would have been enough for me to dash the out of there. They keep moving forward and then they hear a growl. Then they try running out of there, but it was too late.
Get over here.
Damn, that was so quick. This guy gets yanked into the ceiling and the prince gets backhanded into next week. The monster thing or whatever it is backs up because of the sun. Even his blood couldn't last on Vlad's silver sword. So he gets back on his horse and gets the hell out of there. Great choice. He arrives back home in Transylvania and goes to this church guy, maybe a pastor, I don't know. But he was the right guy to talk to because he deadass knew all the lore about the monster in the cave. This is what he tells the prince. The Roman mystics prophesied the coming of a great evil, a vampire. From the Greek word pi, to drink. The beast was once a mortal man who summoned a demon from the depths of hell to trade for his dark power. But he got tricked because after granting him his wish, his price was eternity in the cave. Like, bro, what's the point of having dark magic if you can't show nobody? Like, that gotta be the worst deal of all time. Nearly as bad as SGA for PG. And remember, the master vampire can't die, so his ass been there for centuries. Vlad tells the priest to keep this story a secret because the people in Transylvania already live in fear. The Turks can pull up any day. By the way, I'm gonna be using this little guy now because YouTube been on my nuts and they keep hitting me with one of these. So yeah, hopefully this works. So the next day, while the Transylvanians were celebrating 10 years of peace, this Turkish commander comes to pick up the Sultan's tribute, which is 1,000 silver coins. But that wasn't all. After their scouts never made it back home, Mehmed II, who is the king and the one who rules the Ottoman Empire, also required 1,000 boys from Vlad. Damn. Yeah, he wanted to make more soldiers. It's clear they have some type of agreement where the Turks take whatever they want because Transylvania was under their rule. Even Vlad's own father gave him up before he became prince. The Turks can deadass look at your wife and be like, I want that. And it's up. See, but if they try to pull this on me, I might have to spin a nigga around and put him in a full Nelson. Cause ain't no way, bro. So the Turkish soldiers leave, and a couple of days later, Vlad goes to visit Mehmed. Vlad was willing to offer him anything else, but the king wasn't having it. He wanted soldiers. The Ottomans were trying to conquer all of Europe, and they needed more men. Matter of fact, let me get your son as well.
Damn.
So Vlad heads back to Transylvania with a worse deal than he left with. Now he gotta give up 1,000 boys and his son. Cooked. So the Turks come ready to do the transfer, but his wife Marina wasn't having it. But his son was like, it's calm, I'll go. And then dashes to the other side. Can't lie, OG. I expected more resistance. See that right there? That's playing with his gangster. Oh nah, you think I'm a bitch? Run to your mother. Vlad snatches Birdie's sword and cuts his arm off. Shit was so quick, he didn't even know what happened. Blow! The others try rushing in, but my prince gets to work, straight dancing, killing all of them. And just like that, he declared war. A war he didn't have an army for. He knew his people wouldn't be able to hang. So he got on his horse and went straight to the mountains to go see the master vampire. You have returned. no one has ever returned. So the master vampire sniffs him out and Vlad asks for his power so he can defeat the Turkish army. But before he can give him anything, the vampire has to taste Vlad's blood to see if he's even worthy of this kind of power. Yeah, I'm cool with all that magic. Ain't nobody about to lick my neck like that, bro. So he cuts his hand and pours his blood into a skull head and tells Vlad to drink it. He'll have the strength of 100 men, the speed of a falling star, and control over the night and all its creatures. He can even hear through all their senses. But here's the catch, Vlad has to resist the thirst of human blood for 3 nights. If he fails, he'll remain a vampire for eternity. Would you guys take this deal? Let me know, because y'all know me.
I may take you up on your... No, I'm just playing. No, I ain't playing. I may take you up on that offer. Long as it won't make me sick, because I don't want no side effects.
Girl, this trying to be.
The boys of Liverpool, we safely landed. Call yourself a fool. I could no longer stand. My blood began to boil. So where do I sign? I want to be a vampire for a week. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if he fails, the master vampire would be released from his curse. So they'll basically switch places, him and Vlad. So Vlad takes a sip of his blood and dies. He finally wakes up and breaks right through the rock, and suddenly he can see everything through the trees. Yeah, his powers were officially activated. My boy can deadass hear a spider spinning its web. He dashes back to Transylvania. And while he's running, he turns into a whole swarm of bats. Yeah, that's useful. He flew straight back to the castle, and when he gets there, they're already getting cooked. The Turks were launching cannonballs straight at the castle, had rocks falling on people's heads. So Vlad heads out the front, one-man army. The Turks raise their banners and charge forward, and Vlad's just standing there looking like Madra Uchiha, just waiting to get jiggy. He feels all the chakra of the soldiers, and he knew they weren't about that life, so he starts running at them. And when that gap closed, it was Vlad applying all the damage, sending all the soldiers flying left and right. Weave, mink, get out of here. Just look at the fluidity. This isn't even a fight, it's a dance. Like, look at my man right here. He tries to swing his sword, misses. The prince then kicks his sword into his teammate. Friendly fire, then takes his sword, stabs bro, spins around, and drops 2 more. Double kill. So Vlad just walks the rest down. I'm talking 1,000 men. Double team, triple team, it didn't matter. Spears through the gut, slapping them with flags. He had the all exclusive. So after pulling the ultimate army wipe, like, how many kill streaks is that? Who knows? He heads back to the castle and tells his people the fight is over. And don't ask me what happened in this field tonight. Like, how you not gonna explain what just happened? This guy hasn't even swung his axe yet. Shit is still brand new, and you gonna tell me the battle is finished? Anyways, they had to move and head high into the mountains to Kozar Monastery because Mehmed didn't play. After getting word that the men he sent got packed up, he tells his commander to ready 100,000 men. So they make camp in the mountains, and my guy Vlad was struggling not to bite his wife's neck. The bloodthirst was hitting bad. He heads out into the woods to be alone, and this guy here figures out that Vlad is a vampire. So he cuts his hand so Vlad can drink his blood. He wanted to serve him.
Let me serve you.
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
Vlad smacks the cup away and tells him to stay away from him. And guess what this guy's response was?
Yes, master.
Oh my god, bro. Is dick riding all you do? No, I'm saying you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
Marina figures out that Vlad is a vampire and he made a deal with the devil. And then he basically tells her everything. And I didn't notice this, but Vlad had scars on his back at the start of the movie. And after he made that vampire deal, they were all gone. I don't know if that was useful, but that's what I realized. In the morning, the Transylvanians continue their mission, but Vlad stays behind because traveling in the sun will literally cook him. Cooked. They end up getting ambushed by the Turks, but without Vlad, the Transylvanians were sorry as hell. Straight ass. They couldn't fight. The prince comes back just in time and starts packing the Turks up. That night vision was too OP. Those pigeons weren't safe either. The commander tries killing his wife, but he comes out of nowhere and yeah, he fell off the cliff. Just like that, the Transylvanians were up 2-0. Vlad was out here carrying like 2016 Braun. Hey! Come on, man. That's too easy. Oh shit. That guy that fell off the cliff survived. They finally make it to Kozar Monastery. And my boy Vlad was mad as hell that his people were on their knees praying. Like the Turks aren't coming back with more firepower.
The Turks are coming.
Prayers will not defend these walls.
I mean, I don't blame him. Like, why are the men sitting there praying? Your ass should be sharpening swords, loading arrows, or making shields. If I see you doing anything else. So remember that priest from before? Yeah, he figures out that Vlad's been avoiding the sun, which only means one thing. He made a deal with the devil. And y'all know him. He's from the faith, so that's an up to him. He deadass wanted Vlad to repent, but Vlad wasn't on that. So he cuts the curtains and Vlad starts burning. And within seconds, all the soldiers burn the small chapel. Didn't he just save your sorry asses? I guess sometimes you can't do enough.
Satan lives in his heart.
That's why you
Nah,
make a
what
deal
the?
with the devil.
He dragged it. So while they were burning him alive, the smoke blocks the sun and then the prince walks out. I guess my guy's just like that. He didn't even hurt them. He just looked at them and said,
Y'all are trash.
back at camp, Mehmed gets word that his men keep running away after seeing Vlad's powers. So he's like, bet. He leads his whole army with blindfolds so they can't see Vlad's dark magic. Like, they were literally marching for days with blindfolds.
Are you serious right now, bro?
They finally make it to the castle, and this is when Vlad finds out he's basically a bat bender. He summons thousands of bats and completely obliterates the army. They swarm straight through the Turks' defenses like barbecue chicken. My boy even hits the ground and hits the Hulk smash, sending the entire army flying like a massive shockwave. The Transylvanians finally start chipping in and shooting arrows. Then Vlad joins the battle, but when he lands on the ground ready to pack up the king, he wasn't there. They tricked him. They went around the battle and snuck into the castle to take his son, and time was running out because the sun was coming up. Blah! Get out of here. They take his son and had Marinda, his wife, hanging onto the edge like Mufasa. Like, I don't even know how the Transylvanians call themselves soldiers. They're trash. Like, how did the Turkish get to the prince's family? Like, surely they should have been hard to find. And if they did find them, the guard should have protected them with their lives. Vlad zooms in, drops the guard, but his wife falls. And Vlad, with the speed of a falling star, that's his words, not mine, still wasn't able to save his wife. Like, bruh, the master vampire was deadass teleporting before. What do you mean he couldn't save her?
What the?
Anyways, his wife's health bar was going down way too fast, and there was no medkit, minis, or a chug jug nearby. She had no hope of surviving. The Turks finish off the rest and dip with his son. So she tells him to buy her, and I guess Vlad had no other choice. So he signs the 360 deal. He only had one more day to be released of this curse, but he said and bit her on the neck, completing the contract, signing the deal. Remember, this is the same one Pushaisi tried to get out of.
Let them know you dropping me. I'll drop you. No, say it.
Pushaisi dropping 10-17.
So now it was over. The master vampire finally steps out its cave and Vlad completely blocks out the sun. He was clearly way stronger now. He starts sharing his blood to the surviving Transylvanians, and just like that, it was up. Vlad pulls up with a goddamn storm and had all his other little Transylvanian vampires flying in like them damn dementors from Harry Potter. Like, ain't no way blood tastes that good, cause these vampires were way too excited. Over here, buddy. Now let me taste that. Ankia gets caught lacking trying to hide in the tent. And Vlad just sends Brody here to the afterlife. Weave, Terry, eat this knife to the gut. That was basically just a love for this vampire to finish him. So Vlad finally finds Mehmed, and this man was surrounded by silver. Yeah, he couldn't get any sunlight, so silver was the next best thing. He's waiting for you. So they start going at it, straight sword fighting. Mink, 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 mink. And I can't even lie, my boy Vlad was getting cooked. Knee tap, sword down, plow to the head. Had my prince looking like he's playing Twister. Vlad gets back up and they get right back to it, and then he just gets back to the ground. Yeah, Mehmed was talking his shit, talking about, is this the monster my men feared?
Damn.
But here's the thing, the silver wasn't just burning Vlad, it was literally stopping him from seeing, and this was a bad look because his son was watching. They get back to dancing and Mehmed just starts cutting all the bags of coins, completely burning Vlad. But he wasn't done. He grabs bro by the collar and starts backhanding him. Bop, 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 straight sunning him. His Spartan kicks him onto the floor, breaks a wooden stake, ready to kill Vlad because that's how you kill a vampire. But when he goes for it, my goat transforms into bats, turns around and puts it right in him.
Oh!
But that wasn't it. He tells Mehmed he might need a new passport because he changed his name.
My name is Dracula.
Son of the devil.
He bites him on the neck and that's all he wrote.
What the
Dracula and his son walk out, and looking around, it clearly looked like the vampires killed everybody. They all surround Dracula and wanted his son because he was the only human left. But his ass was not on that. He literally impales Brody on a stake. And they were ready to devour his son. But the priest comes in clutch with the cross and starts showing them the cross. And I actually don't know what he's doing, but they're scared of the cross. Like, I swear, these vampires are strong as hell, but they have so many weaknesses. Sunlight, silver, wooden stakes, garlic, and even Jesus. So the priest takes his son, and Vlad does what all great leaders do: end the bloodshed. He moves the clouds out the way and burns them all. And yes, Dracula as well. His son Ingeris becomes king, and that one weird guy from earlier, the one that was glazing Vlad, finds him and gives him blood, restoring his body. Centuries later, Dracula finds this girl who looks exactly like his wife, or maybe it is his wife. Well, I don't know if she got reincarnated, but the master vampire was in the background as well. Like, to be honest, I'm actually confused. You guys let me know in the comments what the hell is going on, but that's me. The boys of Liverpool, we safely landed. Call yourself a fool.
Yeah. Another week, another good movie recap. Hey, I gotta go watch that.
I was the whole time I said I gotta watch that.
I gotta watch that one. That one was.
And no, I will not sell my soul. Just to let you know.
I would have lasted 3 days.
I wouldn't have done it. I thought I was like, no, can't do that. Yeah, that's more. Never mind. Go ahead.
Y'all spam us up, man. Let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comments down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go for the name DJ New Kid. This is we are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar.